All right, so let's go into the steps of how to take a number in standard form and write it in scientific notation. So we're talking about you're going to have numbers that are huge, like you have several zeros or several decimal places. How do you write it in scientific notation? Well, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to place a decimal in the number so that it is between the numbers 1 and 10. So you're just going to pop the decimal there, wherever it is. That should be pretty easy. You're just going to move the decimal. So more than likely, it's just you're going to have one decimal spot, like 1 in the front, and the rest of the numbers will be in the back. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is simply count. If you can count, scientific notation's a piece of cake. Count the number of spaces to get to the original decimal. Okay? So you're just going to count. If it's a big number, you're going to be counting all the way to the end. If it's really small, you're going to be counting to the left. And the number of spaces, this number, when you count, this number will be your n. It will be your exponent. So if you count over 4 spaces, then it'll be 10 to the 4th. Okay? Now, depending on what your direction you go will determine whether it's 10 to the positive 4 or 10 to the negative 4, but we'll see that in a minute in your examples. Or actually, I'm going to write it here in step 3. So here's what step 3 says. If you move to the right, the exponent will be positive. And hopefully this will be a little common sense for some of you, because when it's a big number and you're moving to the right, then it's got the exponent has to be positive. All right, so if you move to the right, the exponent will be a positive number. And then if you move to the left, which means that you're probably working with a decimal, a really small decimal. If you move to the left, the exponent is a negative number. And that's pretty much it. You're just counting the spaces and then writing what you see in scientific notation. So let's do a couple. You've got example 1 there, and I'm going to just scoot over and let's see how we do. For letter A, I don't even know how to say this number because it's way big. So you can just write that down. That's a pretty big number, don't you think? Yeah. And we need to put this in scientific notation, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is, I'm going to try to get a different color here. I need to put this number where the first couple of numbers is, the first number is between 1 and 10. Well, that means that I'm going to have to put a decimal right here. Can y'all see that purple decimal right there? 5.7, that's my C. So that's step 1. Now, to get to the original decimal, you know that whenever you have a whole number, your original decimal is at the end. So I have to count to the right, because I'm going to go in the direction to the right from where I put this decimal to put it in scientific notation all the way to the end. So let's just start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When I counted 15 spaces, I counted to the right. This is a huge number, so the n should be positive. So if you were to write this in scientific notation, it would be 5.7 times 10 to the positive 15. That's how you would get all those zeros, okay? Now I'm going to write letter B up here, and then I'm going to stop the video, let you see if you can handle letter B, and this is where I'll start on the next one. So the letter B says 0.12, oh, I can't count it out. Okay. All right, write that down. Try it out before you start the next video. Oh, can you see? That's where my decimal